Okay, here we go then with round 6. And round 6 we're going to be making the petals. Now it's worth saying at this point that you do something very similar on the, here I go, I'm going to have to try and say it, anemone block. With the little yellow petals here and the leaves. So this is a technique that you will carry through into you know, one of the other motifs. So I won't be showing that one because it's really similar to this. So if you you know, if you crack this, which of course you will, then that should be a walk in the park. So we're going to join our yarn in exactly the same way that we have been doing up until now. And we're going to join it into one of these chain spaces. And we're going to do that thing again where I'm joining it, but later on I'm going to come and undo that little spare bit of yarn. So I'm not going to worry about trying to sort of catch it in or anything like that. I'm just going to have a temporary hold, if you like, by making one chain there, and I'm going in again to the same chain space and making a UK double crochet or a US single crochet. That is our anchor point, and that is all we're going to do to get started on the actual petals. Okay, so we're wanting to be kind of over here. So to hop over, I'm going to make one chain. And we do have a stitch down here at the base of this stem, but we're not going to do anything with that. We're going to ignore it. And what you will see, if you look real closely, you will see those little loops that are left from the chains. If I put my hook here and just kind of pull one down, you'll see what you're looking for. You're looking for those, and we're going to be working into those to begin with. And the first one of those sits just to the left of that first stitch, and it is here. So I've pulled it out a little bit with my hook, and that's where we're going to start. And we're going to start with the shortest stitch, which is UK double crochet, US single crochet, and we're going to put one of those in there. And we're going to start building out those petals. So the stitches are going to get bigger than smaller to give it that sort of that lovely petal shape. So one double in there, one half treble, UK, half double US. In it goes. Now we're going to put treble crochets or US double crochets in the next 3 stitches. All right, so I'm just using my actual hook to kind of hook the space, hook that little leftover chain down to give me space to put my hook in. It works very well for that. Okay, down it goes. There's the third one. And I'm going to, because we've kind of come out now, we're going to go back in by taking it back down to UK half treble, UK half double, US half double, and finishing in the last available little loop there with a UK double or a US single. And it's created that sort of in and out shape of a petal. It becomes much more obvious when we complete the other side. So let's do that. We're going to make 3 chain, 1, 2, and 3, and that will hop us over the top of the leaf. And I'm just going to turn my work now because I've now got what's much more familiar to me, which are these stitches that I can work into. And I'm going to just reverse that little pattern going down the other side. So into that first stitch at the top goes my UK double or US single, and then we've got the half treble or half double, and then sorry, just getting some more yarn, 3 trebles or 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3, and back in again with the smaller or shorter stitches. So 1 half treble UK or half double US, and finally at the bottom here 1 double UK or single US. Okay, and you can see that lovely shape that we've achieved by working those stitches up and down on each side of the stem that we've made. We're going to finish by mirroring what we did at the beginning, which is 1 chain. That will hop me over to the middle of this chain from the previous round, and I'll make my little anchor point a double crochet UK terminology or a single crochet US terminology. And look at that, isn't that pretty? Let's quickly whiz through and do it again then. So I'm going to do the 1 chain just to bring me over to where I need to be to start my petal. We're going to skip that double crochet which is at the base, and we're going to start working into those little loops. So the smallest stitches first, UK double, US single, then our half, oops, can't get that, can I, half, and then in with the 3 trebles if you're in the UK, or doubles in the US. If anybody's got any, I probably should know this, but I don't know why they are different terminology. I often wonder this. I never get around to looking it up. I might have once, but if I have, I've forgotten it. So there's the 3 stitches there. Back down to the half again, so half treble UK, half double US. Last little one is the double UK or the single US, and we're skipping around the top with the 3 chains. So you can see it's magical. They kind of they sort of appear, these petals. So down we go on the other side, which is where we're working into the more familiar shaped stitches. And that's that same pattern again. Here we are with the 3 in a row, 1, 2 and 3, and the half, and then the smallest stitch at the base, and we finish that off with 1 chain and anchor it into that chain from the previous round with the double US or the single, sorry, double UK or single US. Now there you go. Now first of all, aren't they pretty? And secondly, you can see what I mean about how they straighten out the curls. Here's the curly stem with no stitches in, but once you put your petals in, they really do straighten out, and that is all you're going to do. That's how you're going to make your petals. And as I said, Jane uses this technique a lot. It's used in a very similar way in the Anemone motif. So hopefully if you're not familiar with it, that's how you do it. And I will finish that off and we will move on.